Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Listen to what Fisher said, the former Fed governor.
We front-loaded at the Federal Reserve an enormous rally in order to accomplish a wealth effect.
That's right. Did you hear that? They took the stock market, front-loaded it, ran it 200%, so we ended up not only with a fake stock market, but fake GDP, fake money, fake jobs, fake prices, fake everything. But we took advantage of that, and we're going to take advantage again. That's why I told my gang in May to short the market. On 5/29, that's May 29th, I'm telling you to short the stock market. And we were right. And the market went down over 11%. That's why you got to join my gang and learn how to short stocks just as much as buying them. Learn how to short with me, Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. We're a teaching format. Boy, do we give good service. You know, buying a stock doesn't have to be complicated. The reason why Wall Street makes it complicated is so to make you think you need to hire them. You can do better without them, believe me, because you're not going to have those big fees. Come to Phil's Gang, where we'll show you easy way to buy a stock. philsgang.com, where we don't make it complicated but profitable.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Aren't you tired of all the nonsense you hear from these financial shows like this?
Should I be worried about Bear Stearns in terms of liquidity and get my money out of there? No, no, no. Bear Stearns is fine.
And then they went bankrupt. This is what I'm talking about. This is crazy. Your 401k, they take half of all the money you put away. Look, it's not about the money you're saving. It's about where you invest it and not in a 401k. Join my gang. Start using charts. I'll teach you how to use a chart so that you can maximize your returns on the money you do have. And the earlier you get started, the better. Join my gang, philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. You know, every day we hear from Wall Street, you turn on the TV, and they're telling us how the economy's great, everything's great. And these are the same people that run the 401ks who, with a 2% fee, take more than half of your money and put it in their pocket. You will never retire comfortably in a 401k. But try to convince 90 million people, it's almost impossible. People just don't listen. They get comfortable and stay with these 401ks. They don't work. You're not going to be able to retire. It's simple. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Join the gang, try it for a month, and we're going to show you how to use a chart. And that is going to put you in such a comfort zone of retirement.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. There is only one talk show host, Phil Grande, who delivers both social and financial talk. Not even Hannity or Rush can deliver a 1-2 punch like that. That's Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Phil Grande is unique, the industry leader, the first talk show host ever to combine social issues and finance into winning stock market ideas. That's Phil Grande, philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
They just told us right away that we're going to house you, we're going to feed you, and every single one of his medical bills is just all taken care of.
They've saved my family from financial ruin. It allowed me and my wife both to focus on the most important thing, which was the health and well-being of our son.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything's being taken care of. We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Be sure to watch the Phil's Gang Show with Phil Grande, weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on various devices like smartphones, tablets, your computer, and more. Get free access to the Phil's Gang Show right in your hands at home or on the go. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com and click on the Listen Live link. And we'll see you on the charts.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
And we also like a distributor, BMC Stock Holdings. They provide the wood and other products used to build homes. They have a ready frame truss product, and we think this is a fantastic product because it reduces waste, condenses cycle time, and eliminates labor. So they're providing the builders with a solution that drives profit.
Really? That's called noise. You never buy stock based on noise. Good afternoon. Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. Well, the convention's on its way. You know, I'm really hoping, even though, there's enough, or the consensus, I should say, among Americans, among the voters, is that the country has never been in worse shape. We have 79% of Americans now believing the country is headed for or in the wrong direction, right? But it's not going to be enough to give it to Trump. I can tell you that right now. It's not going to be enough to give him a win. Okay. Obama, Sanders, Hillary, they have pushed this country to beyond socialist left. Voters are so tired of struggling. They're just tired. They're tired of making ends meet. They're just giving up, and they're saying, you know what? Let the government take care of me. Not that they want to, but they've just given up. And that's what's going on. So, and with the establishment, Republicans, these gangsters, they're really going to try to make sure that Trump doesn't win. See, they don't care about the country. They don't care about the economy. They only care about the party. They figured, well, Ryan will be put in place for the next run, next 4 years after Hillary gets one term. And they don't care. You think they care about what justices are appointed? They don't care. It's all about power. It's all about themselves. But I hope Trump gives one good speech that he just maybe can reach the people and win them over. And that's what I'm hoping. A good speech, not just talk about the wall for 2 hours. Give a good speech. Start talking about the tax burden. Everybody understands taxes. They understand how unfair the system is. They understand that. Trump should come out and talk about this. Say, look, I'm going to tell you how I'm going to fix this thing that Obama never fixed and Hillary will never fix. Because anytime you think about Hillary, she's been there for 8 years. She's changed nothing. She's been a senator. She's changed nothing. He's got to give a speech. If you look at the federal, state, and local taxes as a percentage of the economy, we are lower than most industrial nations. That's right, taxes. Only Japan and Mexico are lower than we are. And if you look at the tax code, we lose over $1 trillion a year to deductions, exemptions, and credits. See, people don't pay taxes. As a savings, let's say $248 billion on employer-provided health. Because remember, people don't pay taxes on their employer health insurance, the health care that the employers take care of, the employers provide. They don't pay tax on it. That's a savings of about $248 billion. If they did pay tax, they'd have to pay $248 billion. So that's a savings right there. Same with mortgage interest deduction. That's a savings of about $70 billion. And people who make all their income on dividends and capital gains, like Romney or Warren or Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Soros, now they don't pay payroll taxes on their income. They pay an average of just 12% in taxes. That's it. They save about $161 billion. Well, you and I have to pay 39%. See, he should point this stuff out. He should just explain what's going on and how he's got to change the taxes. Payroll tax is a cruel tax. He should explain that. Why should these guys, who most of their income comes in by dividend income, why should they just pay 12%, where you and I have to pay 39%? Now, don't tell me that's because, well, they create jobs with that money. Yeah, the difference between 12% and 39%, they create jobs. No, they don't. Those people never put their own money up. Never. They use opium, other people's money. They take the money they save between 12% and 39%. They take that money and they put in a pile of the rest of their money. And they don't even go and buy stuff. Matter of fact, the middle class and the working poor spend more money than the rich because the rich already have whatever they need. Payroll tax is a cruel tax, and he should talk about that and say, Trump should talk about this. It's the cruelest tax of all because it's tax on labor, and I'm going to stop that. And the tax on labor subsidizes the difference between 12.5% that Warren Buffett pays and the 39% that you pay. And I'm going to change that. See, that's what he should talk about. He should talk about the earned income tax credit, giving a rebate to working poor, which not only reduces their taxes, but gives them a subsidy check. A subsidy check. Are you kidding? And there's the biggest fraud in the world when it comes to these earned income tax credits. A huge fraud. It's like food stamps. 20% of Americans get a rebate when they pay no taxes. Are you kidding? Or they get a rebate on more than they paid in. So if you're just the working guy and you're paying that payroll tax, he should say, I'm going to fix it so you're not going to be taxed on that labor anymore. See, he'd win everybody over if he did that. And that's important. We have two major problems on income taxes. Over 60% of the people pay more in payroll taxes than in federal income tax. Over 40% of people who file tax returns at the federal level pay zero in taxes. And 20% get rebates when paying zero in taxes. With 40% of the market not paying any income tax and are not contributing to the Treasury, that's really dangerous for the country. And he should say, I'm going to fix that. I'm going to fix that too. And the top people who make over $1 million a year with loopholes only pay 21%, not 39%. And we're going to fix that. Because see, if you're just a regular guy getting taxed on labor, you're subsidizing that difference of 21% to 39%, just like capital gains. Capital gains is 20%. The big guys don't pay taxes. They only pay capital gains taxes. They pay on capital gains, and they get away with that. And Trump should say and point it out and say, I'm going to fix that. We need a comprehensive tax reform. That's what he should say. And you're not going to get that from Hillary, because she, like Bernie Sanders, wants to raise taxes on the small businessman. Because what they forget is the small business person, he's a producer. He's the one that creates jobs. And the small businessman, remember, when he pays his taxes, At the end, when he does his tax return, it's personal. Everything goes to his personal income tax. He doesn't get a break like GM or GE. I'm gonna fix that, he should say. I think it's real important for him to get people to understand under Obama's current policy, the same policy Hillary said that she'll continue with if she becomes president, it's unbelievable. Our economy is $17 trillion. Obama is only producing or increasing that economy by 1.8% a year. But the debt, he's increased it from 8% to 23% of that same 17 trillion. I'm going to fix that. That's what he should tell people. We'll be right back after this break.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Phil Grande is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine with the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with the prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grande has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grande and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. When was the last time you've gotten a raise? Been a long time. When was the last time you got overtime? That's been a long time. Sure, why? What people don't realize is we got two components out there that is killing your standard of living. Free money provided to CEOs from the Federal Reserve, and then the way the CEO is being compensated. CEOs are not compensated on performance anymore. CEOs are compensated on stock options. That's how they make most of their money. So as long as the Federal Reserve will give them money free, they're going to focus on the CEO buying shares back to pop that price up to make that stock option. That's why you're not getting paid. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. We're a teaching format, and boy, do we give good service. You know, buying a stock doesn't have to be complicated. The reason why Wall Street makes it complicated is so to make you think you need to hire them. You can do better without them, believe me, because you're not going to have those big fees. Come to Phil's Gang, where we'll show you an easy way to buy a stock. philsgang.com, where we don't make it complicated, but profitable.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Listen to what Fisher said, the former Fed governor.
We front-loaded at the Federal Reserve an enormous rally in order to accomplish a wealth effect.
That's right. Did you hear that? They took the stock market, front-loaded it, ran at 200%, so we ended up not only with a fake stock market, but fake GDP, fake money, fake jobs, fake prices, fake everything. But we took advantage of that, and we're going to take advantage again. That's why I told my gang in May to short the market. On 5/29, that's May 29th, I'm telling you to short the stock market. And we were right. And the market went down over 11%. That's why you got to join my gang and learn how to short stocks just as much as buying them. Learn how to short with me, Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, it's been 7 years now since Obama ordered his Fed chairman to lower the savings rate from 5% to less than 0.25%. With the false narrative, it would spur economic growth and jobs. Everyone would have an opportunity in this economy. That's what he said. But what it spurred was a front-loading of the biggest, fake, unsustainable stock market rally of 200%. That's what it spurred. Now, most people did not participate in that rally because people got out of their 401k in 2009. And they said, just get me out. I want nothing but fixed income. And they got killed because with low interest rates, fixed incomes get murdered. You got to know what you're doing. If you're going to really retire, you got to be associated with the stock market. That's why you come to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. We're talking about Trump. We're talking about his speech. We're talking about how he's having a difficult time winning this thing. And that I hope he makes a speech and he talks more about, you know, important things like the tax reform we needed instead of the wall. We all know about the wall. But he's got to really do, a job and identify how bad this country is. People know how bad the country is. 79% of Americans believe we're in worse shape now than ever before. And if he can get across to the point that the economy, we have an economy that's about $17 trillion. When you hear GDP, that's all the stuff, all the goods and services we produce. You add it up, about $17 trillion. You got to grow that each year to keep going. Got to keep growing it. Now, Reagan would grow it. He grew it 4% a year. And he created 400,000 jobs because of it. Bill Clinton grew it about 3.8% a year. And he created 325,000. Baby Bush grew at 3% a year. About 297,000. Now, here's where we run in trouble. Obama. He grew it by just 1.8%. He even averaged it out to 2%. That's anemic. And his average jobs over the year is 150,000 a month. He's got to explain to people that if Hillary wins, she says she's going to go with the same policies that didn't work. Now, if you take the $17 trillion, that's our economy, and he can't even grow it. 3%. He's the only president in history. And she's going to have the same policies. But here's what's really scary. Think about our debt. It's increased from 8% of our GDP, or 8% of the 17 trillion, to 23%. What are you, nuts? Remember, productivity gives us our standard of living. That's why productivity is so important. That's how we live. That's how our family lives, our children live. It gives us our standard of living. And it gives you good jobs. It gives you security. We haven't had that. And that's why people feel, hey, there's no recovery. And he's got to talk about this when he gives a speech on, I think it's Thursday night. Productivity determines everything. Our entire standard of living at 1.8%. That's why people are saying, I don't feel the recovery, even though they say things are good. But the danger, like I said, if it's 1.8% of the 17 trillion, but the scary part is the 23% of the 17 trillion, our debt growing. That's a killer. That's a killer. That means your wages got stagnant. That means that you went from full-time to part-time. You can't get 40 hours. That's why. He's got to get that across to people. Most people don't understand what GDP is. He's got to get that across. In the meantime, let's get some stocks across to you. Let's go to our video corner.
Stock Corner is brought to you by the Phil's Gang video channel. Go to philsgang.com Click on the video channel graphic and check out Phil's free videos on the market, economy, and current events.
Okay. You know, as bad as these politicians, you can't trust Wall Street. And listen to this cut.
I'm calling about Etsy, ETSY. You had mentioned it a couple months ago. I picked it up at $8.65 as a long-term spec play.
Right.
I was curious, are you still bullish on this?
Very bullish on it. Now, candidly, I do live part of the time in Brooklyn. It is one of our great companies in Brooklyn. I've met the management. I think they have a super product. My daughter has sold stuff on it. I think Etsy's got a great formula, and I think you should own the stock.
Great formula. His daughter owns it. That's not why you buy his stock. That's not why. Why would you buy a stock? Because somebody's daughter owns it. Or any other reason. Other than one reason why you buy a stock. The institutions. There's BlackRock and T. Rowe Price and Bank of New York. The banks, are they buying it? We don't care about all this other nonsense. So I put it up on my MV2 chart. Notice it's telling me? Notice telling this stock is tanking. It's red. That means the banks, the big banks, that means the mutual funds, means the exchange-traded funds, they're pulling their money out. So why would you be in it? It makes no sense. But you wouldn't know that unless you had the chart. And it's color-coded technology. It works. I told you the other day, and I've been telling you for 2 weeks, join the gang. Follow me with Target on this chart. Target. And it's reporting tonight. You know, just follow me with Target. That's all. Okay? Follow Target. Now, Target, we'll see what happens tonight after reports, and we'll just go check the color technology and we'll work on that. We also have some other great stocks that are on sale. Macy's, that's another one that's on sale. That's another great stock that's on sale. Macy's. I mean, we got Macy's, we got Target, we got Oil TSO. That's another one that's an excellent stock. That too is on sale. TSO. But you put them on your chart. That's all. You just have to put them on your chart, and then when the color code changes, you buy, and then you sell. Now here's what I'm going to do. Let me give you the number: 877-600-GANG. And I've done this before. I'm looking for 20 more ambassadors. I want you to use this chart. So for 4 weeks, you join the gang, and the charts you don't pay for 4 weeks. You follow me on these specific stocks during that 4 weeks, and let's see how you do. See how you do. At the end of the 4 weeks, you're going to know. You can say, boy, this really works. I can follow him on a chart. It's easy. His site, I can go to my mobile devices, get my mobile device. He brings me all the way through the stock. He holds my hand through it. I haven't got to do a thing. And he tells me what to do, when to do it. Try it with one stock. So we're going to take 20 ambassadors. You can start right now. 877-600-GANG for 4 weeks. You get the use of the chart. Just join the gang. And then at the end of 4 weeks, if you like the chart, stay with it. We'll start charging you. If not, that's it.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. When's the last time you've gotten a raise? Been a long time. When's the last time you got overtime? That's been a long time. Sure, why? What people don't realize is we got two components out there that is killing your standard of living. Free money provided to CEOs from the Federal Reserve, and then the way the CEO is being compensated. CEOs are not compensated on performance anymore. CEOs are compensated on stock options. That's how they make most of their money. So as long as the Federal Reserve will give them money free, they're going to focus on the CEO buying shares back to pop that price up to make that stock option. That's why you're not getting paid. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. You know, every day we hear from Wall Street, you turn on the TV, and they're telling us how the economy's great, everything's great, and these are the same people that run the 401ks who, with a 2% fee, take more than half of your money and put it in their pocket. You will never retire comfortably in a 401k. But try to convince 90 million people, it's almost impossible. People just don't listen. They get comfortable and stay with these 401ks. They don't work. You're not going to be able to retire. It's simple. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Join the gang, try it for a month, and we're going to show you how to use a chart. And that is going to put you in such a comfort zone of retirement.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Phil Grande is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with the prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grande has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grande and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com.
Be sure to watch the Phil's Gang Show with Phil Grande, weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on various devices like smartphones, tablets, your computer, and more. Get free access to the Phil's Gang Show right in your hands at home or on the go. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com and click on the Listen Live link. And we'll see you on the charts.
They just told us right away that we're going to house you, we're going to feed you, and every single one of his medical bills is just all taken care of.
They've saved my family from financial ruin. It allowed me and my wife both to focus on the most important thing, which was the health and well-being of our son.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything being taken care of. We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. You know, we come in the morning, we have what we call coffee talk, but we just don't sit around and throw the bull, or joke or laugh. Our coffee talk is serious. Every morning before you start out investing, we have an intense discussion on what is going on and where we should be investing, because it's all about not the money, but where you're putting that money. Join my gang, philsgang.com, and enjoy the best coffee in town.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG.
Money, 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 can you use?
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Let me give you the number, 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-GANG. What I'm going to do is I'm looking for 20 more ambassadors. We did this before and it worked out great. We'll do it again. Now I'm limiting it to 20. Let me give you the number, 877-600-GANG. You get the use of the chart, and you use it. I'm going to give you a couple stocks to follow with me. Okay? Target's going to be one of them. So I'll guide you through Target and maybe one more. So for 4 weeks, and then at the end of the 4, no, you join the gang, it's only $39.95. You get the use of the chart for 4 weeks. At the end of the 4 weeks, then you're going to see how well it works. And you're going to say, wow, this really is cool, because I can really see what he's talking about. You don't listen to the noise. You just watch and see the color code change, because it's all about money coming in and money going out. Here, give you an example. Listen to this nonsense here.
It's had a huge run since February, and we talked about back last year in the fall how this was a $125 stock. It actually overshot to the downside. You're buying it for valuation, and you're buying it on the hope that they can get into cloud in a big way.
I don't buy on hope. I don't buy on hope. This stock has already run. This stock has run. This IBM. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Using our chart, this stock already ran. So, I mean, it's ridiculous. They're telling you get in this thing now. Ridiculous. But you would know that with the chart. But if you didn't know it, just listen to him. You say, oh, I better get in. See, and that's the problem, just like this guy.
And we also like a distributor, BMC Stock Holdings. They provide the wood and other products used to build homes. They have a ready-frame truss product, and we think this is a fantastic product because it reduces waste, condenses cycle time, and eliminates labor. So they're providing the builders with the solution that drives profit.
They're providing the solution that's going to drive profit. I don't care about that. I just want to know, are the institutions in there buying? You notice they always have a story. I don't want to know the story. I could care less about the story. It's ridiculous. Like take Macy's. Now that's another good stock, Macy's. And we've been watching that. And we've been talking about Macy's for a long time. We've been saying we want to catch that. We want to catch another good stock is one of the refiners, TSO. It's another one we've been watching. So again, all that counts is that if you just buy the stock when the institutions are buying it. Now take TSO right now. Now when this stock turned green, it told us the institutions were buying it. It started to turn green at $64. It went from $64 and right up to about $85. And then there was a 32% profit. So let's say cut it in half. You got in late, but it turned from red to green. And it turned red again. So you knew, hey, I better get my money out. Now, did your broker tell you that when you get your money out? No. So you can be in a stock 2 weeks, 2 months, whatever. When it turns green, you're in. When it turns red, you're out. And then when it turned red again, the stock went from $91, where it is today, around $81. So that means it went down 10%. But that's okay because you would have made money because it turned from green to red. So this works, but you know, when I say it's color-coded technology, people, and it's that easy, people don't get it. They think it's got to be harder than that. So that's why I did this ambassador program, and I'm going to do 20 people, limited to 20 people. I'm going to do it again, invite you to participate. You join the gang for $39.95. Then I provide you with the chart, and you follow me on the chart. Don't go off on your own. You follow me on the specific stock I give you. Then you follow it. Then you just follow it with me for the 4 weeks. Maybe I give you 2 stocks, but that's enough. 2's enough. And you see how it works and how well you'll do with those 2. That'd be a great sampling for you. Then you either get confidence in it or you don't. And if you do, you continue, then we start charging you for the chart. If you don't, all you paid for was your membership, and you can leave if you want. So let me give you the number, 877-600-GANG. 877-600-GANG. And with the market right now, remember, this market, they have propped this market up so much now, and they're holding this market. It hasn't been going anywhere, and they're running out of steam. They're running out of steam. They got to do QE4 to bring this market up, run it another 40%. They're going to have to do QE. Now, if they don't QE and it's going to drop, then the stocks that I follow, they'll turn red. I know it sounds like a joke, but it's not. It does. It's true color technology. So check it out. All I ask, if you do well and you decide to stay on, just remember St. Jude. Just donate some money directly to St. Jude. That's all I ask. Okay. I want to talk a little bit about, again, with what's going on with this convention, because it has to do with the market, believe me. It has to do with your standard of living. The biggest problem we got is there's no productivity. And the reason there's no productivity is because he focused on Obamacare. And he focused on increasing the size of the welfare state. He didn't focus on jobs and productivity. It's always about focusing on productivity and jobs. You got to be an idiot not to do that. Your productivity, or take the economy, if you add up everything we produce, is $17 trillion a year. We should increase that a minimum of 3%. He's been between 1.8 and 2%. And that's the problem. When you don't have productivity, there's no lifestyle. And that's why your job is part-time instead of full-time. And he should, if he could explain that. See, the debt is way out of proportion to what we're producing. You can't have a debt that's 23% of what you're producing compared to 1.8% of what you're producing is your growth. So you're producing at a rate of 2%, rounded off, but your debt's going up 23%. That's insane. That's insane. Congress, as a result, is spending more money than it takes in tax revenue. That's crazy. Greece is the only country that has more debt than us. It's crazy. And who owns our government debt? China and the Saudis. But really, who owns the biggest part of our debt? The Federal Reserve, a private banking group, a bunch of gangsters. In 2011, you know they purchased 80% of our debt? We're purchasing our own debt. This is nuts. That's why Yellen's not going to raise interest rates. You can't listen to her. Why would they raise rates when the government buys our own debt? We buy it ourselves. This is crazy. We have a $20 trillion national debt. And what Trump's got to explain is they keep using 20 trillion. Trump's got to say, no, we're much worse than that. And Hillary is going to keep the same policies, which means we're not going to fix anything. Trump needs to explain under Obama, and soon under Hillary, if she wins, the unfunded debt grows each day. 8.2 million a minute, 14 billion a day, 80 billion a week. That has nothing to do with the 20 trillion. This year, at the end of the year, it's not going to be 20 trillion. It's going to be 70 trillion. And Trump should get up and explain to people it's not 20 trillion. At the end of this year, we're going to owe 70 trillion because our debt keeps going up at 8.2 million a minute. A minute. That's why you don't have a good job. I need to come in and change the taxes. I need to come in and we got to be productive and we got to change this. Let the debt be 1.8% of what we produce, not 23%, and then maybe he can win this thing. Here's the number, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. Call now and be an ambassador.
For more information on this show, go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. There's so much bad news out there. Let me give you some good news. The good news is you can retire when you're 65 years of age. You can live the same lifestyle you've come accustomed to, but you're going to have to make a change. And what's that change? To get rid of your 401k. It's a scam. It doesn't work. We've never seen more people pulling their money out of 401ks than right now. $40 billion just in this last few quarters because they know it doesn't work. So they're taking their money and stuffing it in the mattress. That's not what to do. Look, it's not about the money you put away. It's about how you invest that money. And clearly 401ks don't work. But it does work here at Phil's Gang. Phil'sGang.com, where we just got a return of over 35% in copper.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, there's nothing worse than you're investing in a stock and during the day something happens and you don't know what to do. You don't know who to call. Or you call somebody and they just give you a bunch of BS. Not here at Phil's Gang. We value every gang member. During the day, you got a question about your stock, you contact us. We have the best service in the world. philsgang.com. You're not alone. You're a gang member.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, my name is Phil Grande at philsgang.com. The 401k big lie. They tell you invest $10,000 a year for 30 years, compounded at 6% annually. You will have a grand total of $245,000 to retire. That is not true. That is not the truth. What they don't tell you is the hidden fees. There's 27 hidden fees in your 401k. When you're all done, you lose half of what you put aside for your retirement. That's right, half. And another thing, you're not allowed to do individual stocks in a mutual fund. And you're not allowed to make money when stocks go down. That's ridiculous. Would you buy a car with just forward and no reverse? Why would you ever be in a fund that you can't make money when the stock market goes down? Join my gang, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Every single one of his medical bills, everything is just all taken care of.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes.
At St. Jude, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti. Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Phil Grande is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with the prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grande has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grande and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Let me give you the number for my ambassador program. Only 20, the first 20. We did this before. It was very successful. The idea behind the program is I can sit here all day and say, oh, look at, like, for example, during the break, I looked up Tiffany. Now, I mean, TSO. Now, TSO is a refiner. I don't know anything about the refiner. I don't know anything about it. I don't need to know. It's setting up beautiful. Just turned green. The technology turned green. So all I need to know is the Vanguard and T. Rowe Price and Bank of New York Mellon, the big boys, the ETFs, the mutual funds, the big banks, like I just named, hedge funds, they're putting money in. That's all that counts. I don't know anything about it. That's the beautiful thing. Now, the idea, you go to my site, philsgang.com, and our technology, we can get to you on any mobile device you have. When you start out, and I'm going to use these two stocks, just these two, TSO, I keep saying Tiffany, TSO and Target. Now, these two, for the next 4 weeks, will work with you. Just these two, nothing else. Just these two. At the end of 4 weeks, you can keep the chart. You have to pay for it, of course, lease it. There's no big long contract. At the end of the month, you don't want it, you're out. But now what you do is you join the gang, and then you get access to my chart, the color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell. It's that simple. But here's what's more important, is that when we teach you how to use this chart, it takes a couple minutes. If you don't know what green and red is, I don't know what I can do. It takes a couple minutes. But the beautiful thing is, all the way through the day, we do everything for you. You don't do a thing. And then at the end of 4 weeks, you're going to say, I love this chart. I can go shopping. I can do what I want. In fact, I can even put my a mutual fund if I want and put it up on and see how it's doing. But the key is that you're not, the terrible things about mutual fund, you can't do one stock at a time. Here you can do one stock at a time, or you can do a basket, the spiders, which is terrific. I mean, think about the spiders. You put the spiders up and you follow it with this chart. You got the best stocks. The cost is next to nothing, like 1/1800 to 1% compared to your mutual fund, which is the average 2.5%. For each 1%, you lose 30% of your retirement fund. That's right. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. So this is simple. And if you don't believe it, that's why I call it the ambassador program. 20 people, I'll guarantee you most of the 20 will stay. And they'll say, I'm going to keep going with you. And those 20 will tell 20 more and 20 more. It's the best advertising in the world because it works. It works. I've been doing this radio show for 15 years. When I tell you right now, but here's the best thing about it. When I tell you it works, it does. But here's the best thing. It tells you when not to buy it. It tells you when to get out of it. That's the key. You go look at a stock, it tells you, no, don't buy it. I don't care what these clowns on CNBC tell you. Listen to this stupidity.
I'm calling about Etsy, ETSY. You had mentioned it a couple months ago. I picked it up at $8.65 as a long-term spec play.
Right.
I was curious, are you still bullish on this?
Very bullish on it. Now, candidly, I do live part of the time in Brooklyn. It is one of our great companies in Brooklyn. I've met the management. I think they have a super product. My daughter has sold stuff on it.
Now, who cares about the daughter? Who cares about he lives in Brooklyn? Who the hell cares he lives in Brooklyn or his daughter? Who cares? You're going to go and buy the stock because it's in Brooklyn because that moron lives in Brooklyn? No, you buy the stock because the institutions are buying it. Or you get out because they're getting out of it. You think he's going to tell you when they're getting out? You think he's going to tell you when to add to it? No. You think he's going to get hold of you on one of your mobile devices, tell you, hey, we better get out now. Or instead of get out, why don't we turn around and short it? Give you an example. TSO turned from green to red. Here, I'll give you one. It turned green. It was red, turned green, and it was green about, I think it was around $81. $81. I'm sorry, $85. And it ran from $85 green all the way up and to $116. That's a 36% gain. Then it turned red, so you knew to get out. You knew, okay, it's red, I'm getting out now. Now, I'm not going to say you're going to make the whole amount of money. I'm not saying that. Or how about when it turned from red, again, it went from $105 back down to $67. That told you to get, that's another 36%. So we will tell you, okay, stay in it. We contact you on your mobile device, whatever mobile device. We show you. You see on a chart, tell you exactly what to do. We post alerts. You can come to the class if you want every morning from 9:30 to 11. Come to Coffee Talk if you want. Updates all day long. You haven't got. If you're the busy person, don't have time to say, I don't want to do anything. I just don't want to do anything but make some money. Well, this is what you do. It's all archived. It's so simple. So here, try it for 4 weeks. 4 weeks go by like that. Follow me with just 2 stocks. TSO, a refiner, and Target. And let's see how you do. You just got to pay for the membership, not for the chart. At the end of 4 weeks, if you decide you want to stay, then you pay for the charts and you continue on. If not, you don't. Okay? All right. You know, talking about the convention, again, I want to say this, that Trump has to get across to the people in his speech. He's got to explain in his speech, you know, what's gone wrong, that he's never fixed. Trump never fixed anything. That he's spending more money than he takes. I mean, Obama never fixed anything. Never fixed a thing. He's got to explain that. And he's done a massive government job program. He's hiring, instead of trying to improve the economy, trying to grow the economy, the $17 trillion is the size of the economy, instead of trying to grow that 3%, 4% a year, so then you have good wages, you have a good job, you have good retirement. You don't get a good job or good wages or when you're growing that $17 trillion by 1.8% or 2% or 2.5% or 3%. Reagan was at 4%. Bill Clinton was almost at 4%. That's where we got to be. So what he did, he was so intent on beating the Clintons on this health care. That's all he focused on. Unbelievable. He didn't focus on job creation. So he started this massive hiring, government jobs. He thought he'd grow the economy by all these government jobs. Are you kidding? Now, with all these government jobs, think about it. We had to pay the Medicare Part A, you know, the hospital insurance program. I mean, the debt was incredible. The deficits, we didn't have the money for this, but he didn't care. He wanted to get all the government workers. He should say this. He wanted all the government workers on payroll, and then we ended up paying this all the Medicare Part A, the hospital insurance program, and our deficits ran bigger and bigger, killing your job. So they came up and said, now you got to be on part-time. Why? Because he hired all government workers. Instead of going in and take that $17 trillion and expand that $17 trillion by 4%, nah. He says, I'll just go hire government workers. They're going to vote for me. And remember, he should say, and Hillary's going to do the same thing. And since 2010, we've been paying 5 times more out in all this kind of stuff, Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, than we take in. Now, what's that mean? When he keeps expanding the government, doing stuff like this, there's no money left. We can't invest in bridges and highways. There's nothing left to invest in medical and high-tech research. No money for training and education. There's no money. We can't improve our transportation system. We can't fix our facilities, our train stations, and our terminals. We can't fix nothing because there's no money left, so you don't create jobs. This is what he should talk about. And she should say, it's going to be the same thing with Hillary. But you know what? Join my gang, be an ambassador, try it for 4 weeks. 4 weeks. The chart, you'll love it, believe me. 877-600-GANG, they're there to take your call now. And not in the Philippines, right here.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to make my dreams.
Hi, my name is Phil Grande.